Okay, you guys, I'm back. This is Jada on piano. I wanted to welcome everybody again. We're back with another video. Today's video is going to be on a deceptive cadence. Let me do something like this. I just want to do something like that real quick, but we're talking about deceptive cadences today. So I'm playing a D flat. If you remember any of my videos from last year, that's my favorite key. So like talking in it, like thinking in it, like just playing in it. But anyway, deceptive cadence. What am I talking about? A cadence basically is somewhere that gets you either to a resting point or just a place that you could stop and rest on. It's like not in constant transition. You get there and you're like, okay, I kind of have a feel for what's going on in the song. So let me do what I just did a minute ago. Let's make that dominant real quick. That's what we're focusing on. That's a deceptive cadence. Why is it deceptive? Well, before we answer what deceptive is, let's talk about the two other there's three other cadences that we're used to hearing, and I'm going to play those. That was what we would call the plagal cadence, or some people call it amen. Amen. Y'all don't get on me for singing, but you know, that's the plagal cadence or the amen cadence. That's 4-1. 4 being the G flat to the 1, the D flat. Other types of cadence we have is a 2-5. It's a half cadence. Right? You're in a song and you get there and you're like, okay, it sounds kind of at rest but not fully. So that is that's a half cadence because we're not completely to the finish line. Then if you go ahead and finish that 2-5, that would be a perfect authentic cadence, the 2-5-1. I think technically in classical music they would love to something like that without the 2 in there. Right? That would be a perfect authentic cadence. I've got that 2 chord, and I've got that 5 chord, and then I've got that 1. I've doubled all of my D flats, as you can see, just giving it that full. Okay, I'm at rest. Well, what's happening with this deceptive? When we're on the 2 to the 5 and we have one more, we're expecting to go here, but we get deceived real quick. Right? I went to the 6. I did not go to the 1. Why does this work? Well, if you've heard anybody ever talk about relative keys, let's look at D flat major. That's the scale for D flat major. Look at B flat minor. Now, if you notice, it's got the exact same notes. I was going kind of fast there, but it's got the exact same notes as the D flat major. The only difference is I started on the B flat. And we could talk about modes for another video in depth, but essentially what we're dealing with here is the D flat Ionian would be the first church mode, as they call the 7 modes that are connected by the Ionian major scale. So Ionian is the first mode. Second mode is Dorian, and again I'll deal with this further. Third mode is Phrygian. Lydian is the 4th mode. Mixolydian is the 5th mode, and Aeolian is the 6th mode. Locrian is the 7th mode. But we're dealing with the Aeolian. So all these modes, all that means for a mode is that it has the exact same notes as the major scale, but it starts on a different note. So there's 7 notes in a scale. We can start on any one of those 7. Right? So I'm just starting on this one. Incidentally, the minor mode, which is the Aeolian, is the most common, other than the Ionian or the major key. We are used to the major key and the minor key. Well, that minor key comes from the Aeolian mode. So anyway, another video to deal with modes a little bit more. But what I'm getting at is because the perfect authentic cadence is that a better voicing that I would like, something like that. That to me, that's a little bit more full. I didn't really do the I can do that too, but I'm still going there to the 1. But the notes of the 1 are completely contained in the 6. You see that? That bass note just changed. See that? So I'm just doing, right? Gives you a nice feel. Everybody's expecting, and you do this. And let's talk about this in the context of a song. So if I was playing How Great Is Our God, and I'm going to play the 2 because I want to play something. Sorry. Deceptive Cadence is the perfect reason if you want to turn that song around. Now we're ready to end. So that deceptive cadence just throws you off, and in a sense, not throws you off like you can't recover, but you think you're going to the 1, but you go to a pleasant place. It's almost like a little tourist attraction, if you will, if I use a real world example. But here's the deal. I'm using this deceptive cadence to wrap back around to my 2, because when I go to that 6, lead to my 6. I'm on my 6. Now we know 6 goes to the 2, and I just made that a secondary dominant. Right? Right? And then I just went a little further. You can almost call this what do I want to call this? This is a diminished chord, because that's exactly how I was playing. So this is diminished. It's the diminished on the E flat, but I'm playing in a different version. And so function wise, I can either call this I can really call this the minor 4, but what I did was, so it's a minor 6 chord. I can call it the 4. If I call it the 4, we know that 2 and 4 are connected in their function, because look at this. 2 and 4 are, all the notes of 2 minor right there. The 4 is completely contained in the 2 minor, right? So I just made a minor, and it's a minor 6th chord. And so then that's just kind of giving that 2 a different flavor before I get there. Secondary dominant, I'm on my 4, and then I go ahead and get to my 2. So I'm taking my deceptive cadence, and I'm just using it to flip around into back into the beginning, not to the beginning, back to the point I want to wrap around to, which in this case, it keeps going to the 2. A lot of songs wrap around on that 2 to that 5, and they just kind of vamp there for a while. Let me see. That was How Great Is Our God. What what is it? I surrender all. Do the different one. Now I'm adding on to my. See, I announced my Deceptive Cadence there. I just wrapped that around as well. I just stayed on that last phrase. I surrender. Oh. And I was using chords that fit my melody. I surrender. This all right. This is where I showcased so something you could just take when you're ready to wrap around. You wrap around, you 2 to 5 instead of going to the 1. Go to that 6. Again, this is Jada on piano, and you know what? I have neglected to tell you guys about my new logo and whatnot, but this is the place where we make music and we make sense. And so, always remember, you could do that with your playing. It's not just about watching other people do some great stuff. It's about you being able to make some great music. Make music that makes sense to you, makes sense to the listener, makes sense according to the song. So that's what we're here to do for you. Break down a few things that'll hopefully allow you to be a greater musician than you already are every day, learning and growing. So anyway, if you like this, like the video, share the video, comment, let me know where you can do some deceptive cadences in your music. Take care. Have a blessed day.